BonaSalto.
Welcome to this BonaSalto tutorial about customizing jumps. As most of our jumps can be modified, you can easily change certain aspects such as colors, textures, and can even add your own elements to them. For example, you can take this jump from the Hunter series and make this version out of it. As you can see, textures are changed, elements such as the flags are moved, and even prims are added. Before we show you how to do that, following this exact example, let's discuss how you should approach these changes in general. Let us assume you have a jumping course using a course rezzer, and you would like to change some of the jumps. One way would be to directly change the jumps as they are rezzed in-world by the course rezzer. However, this does not preserve your changes permanently. As you derez the course and rezz it again, all the jumps will be replaced with their original versions, and all your changes will be gone without any chance to get them back. So what you should do instead is to start with the original jump and work on it individually. Simply put it out in-world, do your changes, give it a new name, and only then put it in your course rezzer. Well, the new name has two sides. On one side, the new name will help you later to identify your modified version and easily find it in order to use it. However, a drawback on the other side is that you have to modify your course layout so that it uses the new name. This can be done either with the replacement feature of the Smart Builder of the Builder Pack or by providing a mapping note card and apply the course layout again. We showed this before in this tutorial series. If you want to avoid going through this extra steps and prefer something quick, simply keep the same name and replace the original jump version in the course rezzer. First, let us change some of the textures. In order to do so, we use the normal edit commands that you should make yourself familiar with. Let me show and explain you the basic concepts of selecting and editing. Press Ctrl 3 to get into edit mode and then checkmark Show Highlight. As you select any object with left-click now, the highlight feature will show you exactly what is part of an object and what is not. For this jump, we have the jump bars that are one object each. One object is the number block, which acts as the jump rezzer, and all the rest of the jump is one object with many parts, so-called prims. There is also a transparent object with the checkpoint sensor that you may sometimes select on accident as you usually can't see it. In the Edit menu, you can also see if the object is only one prim, for example, as it is the case for the jump bars. For the rest of the jump, you find that it has multiple prims that are linked together to form one object with the so-called root prim highlighted in yellow. In most cases, you would like to modify the whole object, for example, move it around. However, by checkmarking Edit Linked, you can select one of the prims to move, rotate, or resize it individually. You can select one prim, for example, a flag, and by using Shift left-click, add another prim to the selection. Now, you can move both prims together. The same technique can also be used to change the texture of one or more prims together. For the texture, you can even go a step further. Each prim can have up to 8 different so-called faces that can use their own texture or color. You select one or more faces by checkmarking the Select Face option. Add or remove faces by holding Shift and do a left click. Then change color or texture as needed. Let's keep it like this for now. I hope you got the idea. In order to take the jump back into our inventory, we first have to derez it running into the same problem that we discussed before. By derezzing, we will simply destroy the rezzed objects and next time bring out the original version stored in the rezzer. So, these objects in the rezzer have to be replaced. You can do so by taking a copy of each modified object into your inventory and then replace the objects in the rezzer one by one. Let me demonstrate this one time for a jump bar. Take a copy. Find the copy in your inventory. Edit the jump rezzer and open its content. Delete the old jump bar and put in the new one. These are quite a number of steps. If you use Firestorm, there is a nice feature that makes this process much easier. Select the object in edit mode. Then find the following in the Build menu of Firestorm. Object. Save back to object content. This will do the job for you. Let's test to check if we did it right for all objects. Derez and rez again. Oh, no. We forgot one of the jump bars. Let's quickly fix this. I first select the missed jump bar and then shift select the other correctly changed jump bar. Now I bring up the texture window and simply confirm this texture of the object selected last. This will apply it also to all other objects selected, exactly what we need in this case. Now, let's only select the corrected jump bar again and store it back to the rezzer. Another test. All good. Finally, derez, and take a copy of our new version. What you have seen up to now will allow you to bring quite some new flavor into your jump design. But let's go a step further. We also want additional objects or even replace some parts, and we can do so by linking these parts to the objects that we already have. It is actually not that difficult. As an example, let's place 4 pyramids as a new filler. We select them all one by one. Again, add to the selection with shift-click. And then, and this is important, shift-select the original part, which is the jump in our case, as the last object. This way, we will keep its root prim as the new root prim and also, as a consequence, the name of the object. Okay, great. Now we have one new object. In a similar way, we could also remove parts by unlinking them. But we should not do so for the root prim, as this is relevant for the name and the position of the whole object. In our case, this is a bit unfortunate as we would like to get rid of exactly the filler, which happens to be the root prim. A solution is to simply make it transparent. Let's store it back into the rezzer as we learned before and test. Very nice, that worked. Well, here is the thing and a word of warning. By linking new prims to an object, we have changed the internal link numbers that are essential to configure the jump, for example, to change the height or spread of a jump. As an example, for this jump, the jump bar holders are moved up or down to match the desired new height, and they are accessed via their link number. However, if they have changed, then we probably end up in a mess when we try to configure the jump. Let me show you. As you can see, other parts, which now have the former link numbers of the holders, are changed instead, and we will indeed end up in a bit of a mess. Luckily, we can clean that by just rezzing it again. If you don't want to configure height, spread, or such of this modified jump never ever anymore, then it's fine. We are done. Okay, you are still here. So, if you still want to use the configuration option, then we have to do something about it, right? Either we have to make sure that we get back the correct link numbers, or we adjust the jump configuration settings, which is much easier. First, let's find out what the link numbers of relevant parts are. Again, we activate the Edit Linked feature and simply look up the numbers of the two holders. The first jumps that we released, like this one, have the link configuration as part of the name of the object. Each number triple defines the link number, a height, and a spread value. For this example, we find link number 2, which is the upper holder, and the values 1 and 0. This means that depending on how you configure the height via the jump menu, that the upper holder always sits at full height and has no spread. The lower holder with link number 3 sits at half the height, indicated by the value 0.5, and also has no spread. You must not change the name of the object, because it is used to correctly res the jump. So for this case, we unlink all the prims and manually link them together again, making sure we get the link numbers we need. As you select prims to be linked, you start with the last and finish with link number 1, which is the root prim. In other words, selection has to be done in reverse order. Finally, you click on Link to join them again into one object. Don't forget to save back your modified object into the rezzer. Let me quickly show you how to do this for newer jumps, as this is much easier. The configuration is stored in a note card that you can modify. Whenever you see number equals something, this is about the link numbers. Simply change these to reflect the new values, save the note card, and you are done. The last customization that we address in this tutorial is how to change the root prim of an object. This could be replacing the poles or replacing the base jump part, consisting of multiple linked prims. 3 things are important when you do this. 1. Keep the original name. 2. Use the exact same position and rotation of the original root prim. 3. Copy all the scripts of the former object into your own object. Point number 2 might not be easy to achieve if your new object has a totally different shape or rotation. You can always use a transparent dummy root prim to get there. An easier approach is to simply keep the original root prim and just make it transparent. This way you already have the correct name, all the scripts, and the position is correct as well. You can remove all unnecessary linked prims and add your own instead. This should reduce the resulting land impact. We hope this information was helpful for you, inspiring creativity and fostering the development of your own unique jump designs. Feel free to share your results with us. We love seeing what our users create. And this concludes the video tutorial about jump customization. See you next time. Enjoy your jump design and happy riding.